Good morning folks, Ken Ring of www.predictweather.com. The moon's now in Libra and tomorrow it'll be in Scorpio. Now it very often rains within 2 days of the full moon, and already around here the clouds are gathering, and that's because the full moon brings heat, and the heat causes evaporation, which is rain, which has to eventually fall. Now the rain never falls too far from where it was picked up. We get rain from the nearest source. We get our own back, if you like, from the nearest coast, or if there's a lake around. We never get rain from Peru or something. And the whole evaporation cycle is about 7 days. But that includes a day or two for the vapor to lift up, a day or two to drop again at the end of the process, and about 2 or 3 days in the middle for the gathering of a rain-forming system. And it also depends on how fast the vapor can be carried along, but it doesn't actually travel well when the clouds get heavy. They slow right down unless they're cyclonic and they're running around like a Catherine wheel. So even if a wind goes about 15 miles an hour, which is considered a moderate breeze according to the old Beaufort scale, then a cold flow of air only goes about 500 miles maximum in any one direction before it can become another system. And that's why on the TV news they very rarely say a system will pass right over without doing something like dropping its load on this particular town or that one. When the full moon is high, like when it's at the southern declination, which is in the middle of winter in the southern hemisphere, because the full moon is the highest in the winter of whatever country you're in, because it's over that hemisphere. So when the moon is higher, the skies are clearer because the clouds are higher. And when the full moon is in the summer in the southern hemisphere, it's at the northern declination, which is quite low in the sky, much lower, and the clouds can come lower too. Now in the daytime around the full moon, the sky is not as blue as at other times, because the lower air lets in more of the sunlight, and the glare can pale the sky. Remember, what the moon does is it lifts air underneath it, and if the moon is not in the sky, the air is lower where you are. The bluest skies are the ones with the moon above the horizon. So to summarize, the full moon is over today. The fishing is good until Wednesday. The tides are the highest right now for the month, and that extra water brings the fish in, and it's a good time if you're a gardener in the northern hemisphere to be pruning over the next few days until the 4th, because the moon's energies are going downwards in 2 ways, because it's a waning moon and the moon's going towards the south. So that's good for pruning, because the branches don't bleed when you cut them and when they're above the ground. And also it's a good time for spraying the roots of plants that you want to get rid of, because all the energy is going down and it contains it at ground level and underground. Ken Ring, predictweather.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk some more tomorrow.